Hi folks, in this video, me, an adventure dog here, taking a look at the Leatherman Surge. I first came across Leathermans about 30 odd years ago when I was working as a mechanical engineer, working with plant equipment, so all the stuff you see that makes roads and all this big construction equipment. So in the video, basically I'm going to have a chat about the Leatherman Surge. I'll chat about what I love about it, go through its features, its functionality, what I dislike, and there's a couple of things I really do dislike about it. I just don't understand why it's there. I just think it's a bit stupid. And then finally, just my opinion on if is it worth the money or not. When you buy the Leatherman, it comes in a box, and in the box then you get the leather pouch and the Leatherman and a spare tool. So it's just a leather pouch, just as standard. It's good enough, quite sturdy, or seems to be quite sturdy. My observation initially with the Leatherman Surge is it is a big, heavy bit of kit. It's not like the Leathermans I remember when I was younger. They're a lot smaller. I mean, this is the biggest. I think this is the biggest one you can get. So it's a big, hefty piece of kit. I mean, it does weigh. It's heavy in your hand. I think that's the easy way of putting it. But I'll put up all the sizes and dimensions and stuff on the screen, so I'm not going to talk about that because that's just boring. So the Leatherman opens up. So you have your normal snipe nose pliers at the end here. Then you have normal pliers beneath that. You have a set of wire cutters, and these are replaceable. So you have an Allen key head there, and then an Allen key head on the other side. So this is great for cutting wires, so I've used that quite a bit. Beneath the wire cutters, there's a little notch in there, which is, I'll just put this through there. So as these are closing, you'll just see a little notch at the bottom of the wire cutters. And I believe that is used for cutting the outer edge of electrical cables, so the plastic sleeve, so you can pull the plastic sleeve off without damaging the wire underneath. Then you have your hinge, which the scissors hinge on, and beneath that, just in there where the pen's pointing through there, it appears to be a crimping tool. As it gets smaller, you'll just see a circle. So there's quite a bit of functionality just in that bit of the tool there. And then on, which will be the inside when the tool's folded down, is you have three tools on this side. So you have a small flathead, a larger flathead, and an awl. I think it's AWL, but it's used for sewing. So all these tools do lock in place, and then to unloosen them, you have a safety release mechanism at the back here. And this will only operate when the handle's open. So as it's closed now, this will not fold back on itself. But then as soon as I open it up and apply pressure on the quick release mechanism here, and then this folds away. That's true of all the tools on the Leatherman. On the other side, you have a bottle opener and tin opener. On the other side then, you have a replaceable, it is a Phillips, and then it pulls out. On the other side then is a flathead. And I believe that you can actually buy a whole collection of different tools to fit in here from Leatherman. So again, it's a nice feature. So they're the tools on the inside as it's folded down. Then on the outside, you have just a normal knife. And all the tools on the outside have good locking mechanisms again. So just use the pen here. So you have a locking mechanism here, which is spring loaded. So this is locked in place, or the blade's locked in place. So to release it, you just press in here, and then the blade closes down. This has been designed to open one-handed, so I'll try and show you as you're looking at it. So just with one hand, I can open the blade fully. That's ready to go, and then to close it back up, I can apply pressure with my thumb, use a finger, and close it down. So pretty cool. The blade's very sharp out the box. I will say that. It's very, very good. On the other side, you have another knife. On this side, there's like a little bit of chamfering or a rough edge on the outside of the knife, so you know which side's which. And this then just has a serrated blade. Now, I'm not entirely sure why there's a serrated blade on here. It is very, very sharp again. So if anyone does know why it comes with a serrated blade, I'd be interested to know. I don't know if it's to do with butchery or something like that. I just don't know. But again, it's very, very sharp. And again, can be opened with one hand and closed with one hand. Then we have scissors. And the scissors are great. Use those quite a bit. Good spring. So it's good spring action. And then finally, you have this. So this here allows you to replace or to change the tool on the outside. So at the moment I have a file attached in here, and then to release this, all I have to do is put pressure with my thumb to open this. This opens up fully. Then I can take that out. It comes with a replacement tool. So it also comes with a saw attachment. So the saw just fits in and just closes up, and then you have a little saw. So all in all, a good little tool. So what do I dislike about it? I'll do that first. The saw. I don't understand why there's a saw on here. I mean, the saw is tiny. I have tried using the saw when I've been out doing bushcraft activities just to give it a go. I'm not impressed at all with it. It was a lot of hard work. To try and cut a piece of wood. I have a silky saw with me normally when I go out doing bushcraft type stuff, and I would use the silky saw over this every day of the week. I don't understand why it's there. I just think it's a waste of a tool. I'd rather have a different tool. I don't know what I'd like to have on there instead, but I'm not a fan of the saw one little bit. What I also dislike, and it's not necessarily a massive problem, but the handle, because it's, I mean, I know it's a multi-tool, but if you're working with wood or you're doing bushcraft stuff and you're trying to take some fine layers or some fine shavings off a piece of wood to create kindling, to get fire to light, this repeated action, because the handle is so heavy and because it's not ergonomic in your hand, you do fatigue quite quickly. So it's fine for a quick tool to cut something, or for the pliers, etc., all that kind of stuff. It's great even for the screwdrivers. You can do it, but it doesn't replace, for me anyway, a bushcraft knife. I would definitely have to take my own bushcraft knife all the time because it just fits better in the hand and you get a better feel with it. So they're the real negatives. It's heavy. It's big fitting in your hand. It's not ergonomic at all. Now, so that's the negative. On the plus side, in the past 3-4 weeks, I said I've got a 4-day camp. I've done quite a few little courses and stuff as well. And I will say that it has been brilliant, because there's so many times when you're out doing something and you go, if only I had a pair of pliers or a pair of scissors or a screwdriver, be it Phillips or flathead. So this has been a really, really valuable tool just to have on your belt kit, just because it's so handy. Does it replace any of my other stuff? No, but it has been brilliant to have this over the past couple of weeks. Is it worth the money? I think it's 140, 150 quid for one of these, the Leatherman Surge, so it's expensive. Is it worth the money? Yes and no, I think is the answer. If you were starting out doing your bushcraft stuff, I would encourage you guys to get a good knife, a good bushcraft knife, a decent saw. Silky saws are brilliant. I find them to be great. You've also got the Lapland tobacco at the other end of the scale of that marketplace. It's a good enough saw, but if you're cutting like big pieces of wood, silky saw is brilliant, and a decent axe or a hatchet, even a hatchet, and then a big splitting axe also. I would spend the money there. If you have money to spare and you've got all that stuff already, then yeah, having this is a fantastic tool, because it gives you so many options, but it doesn't replace any of the bushcraft stuff. So is it worth it? Yeah, if you've got the money to spend and you're looking for something like this and you are in the bushcraft arena, which I'm in, then this is great. If you're in construction or engineering or stuff like that, then yeah, again, this is a great tool to have, just because I know from my past that just how valuable it was to have a multi-tool in your kit. So that's my kind of thoughts on the Leatherman Surge.